Welcome. I hit the wrong button, so I did a oopsie video first. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. That happens on late nights. You'll have that on big jobs. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to my Let's Caffeinate and Create. And I have to tell you, I got new merch from Advice Unfiltered. And if you don't know about that, Christopher David, Tony Rodriguez podcast. If you have delicate ears, I highly recommend you don't watch it. It is very funny. People send in questions of all kinds to them, and they address those questions. So it's a podcast for you, or for the people, I should say. May not be for you. I love it. They're hysterical and easy on the eyes. So there is that. Actually, listening to Christopher David every morning, and you can find him at Team David 72 with a blue check mark verification on Instagram, as well as Chris David with a blue check mark here on Facebook. Well, I'm sorry, on Facebook. And he does a motivational thing every morning, just saying good morning. And he has a really nice voice. So he is the man in my life when it comes to waking me up in the morning and just giving me motivation. I'm plugging in the wrong cord to my phone. Another reason why I'm like so out of it this morning. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, there's my plug for Advice Unfiltered. That's how he sounds. Well, he sounds much better than that. But I had to get a coffee cup because I love their podcast and I think they're wonderful. So there's that. So I'm looking a little crazy. Hey, Sue. I am so not awake, but you know what? I'm here. I'm present. I said I would be. Hello, Lisa. And I thought about postponing, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be spending the day in my craft room. And I'm going to want to do a couple more videos for the week that are pre-recorded. So, yeah, there's that. So here we are. I have a bunch of Happy Mail on my table that I have not opened yet. Some are from Team Swaps, belonging to Stampers with Heart team, Celine Kempton's team. And so some of those are swaps for the month, as well as, well, July swaps, as well as some Happy Mail I received from the other swap group I belong to, which is all kinds of things, not necessarily all Stampin' Up stuff. We make what we want with what we have in our stash, and I love it very much. So if that is something you're interested in, I know I keep saying I'm going to put the link in the description of this video. I will. I promise. Down below. Up above, Facebook, down below, YouTube. We got it. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. Another sip of coffee, because like I said, I just crawled out of bed. I was scrolling, woke up at 8. I just didn't want to get out of bed. It was comfortable. Nice cool air coming in the room with the fan, and I don't know. I was out late last night. Huge bonfire. I'd never gone to Ritter's end of the summer party bonfire. And I got to tell you, I don't know if there'll be a year that I won't go now. I had the best time. We've always been invited, and it was fun. They had a band. They had a huge bonfire that they save stuff for all year long. People donate. I don't know, maybe not all year, but, you know, big, huge pile. We even had to have like a control burn called in, or they had to, so that the fire truck was on standby. So very responsible people. There were fireworks. It was wonderful. I did not eat because I ate before I went there because I worked at the farm yesterday. Absolutely loved my day yesterday. Started off with my class and, drove to Canandaigua to meet all my wonderful friends in Hopewell to visit. I did not craft while I was there because I knew I had to leave and get to the farm. And I got to baby on Brago. Oh, I just love all the horses and the goat and just the smell of the air. It's weird, but I love it. So anyway, here we are today. Happy Sunday. My name's Mary Jo Snyder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am here with you for Let's Caffeinate and Create. And I am going to use the Spooky Sweet collection again, but we're going to do something a little different. Not different, but something I don't get to do a lot of while I sit here and visit with all of you. And we're going to do a scrapbook page or two. We'll see how it goes. I I did get my paper pumpkin kit. That's going to go on Thursday. And for my Creativity Made Easy, we're going to get you pointed down. Hey, Celine just sent me a message. Morning, squirrel. So maybe she's saying she's finally got a minute to craft. I should let her know I'm live on Facebook. I keep saying Facebook. I'm not live on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. Thank you everyone who's here listening to me ramble and listening to me try to get through the spiel that I do in the morning before I get to the good stuff. Let's get you pointed down and show you some stuff. All right, reverse the camera. We got some rain in the forecast today. So I'm going to tackle one big project and get my stamps organized on a shelf that I think my son has left here for my use. And if he decides he wants it at some point, well, he can come and get it. And I'll just find a new storage unit for it, and it'll be all good. So I think that hold tight. I think my camera thing was focusing on, I'm sorry, was hitting my volume button, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. We're good. Okay. All right. Here we go. Happy mail. Of course, none of the addresses are showing. So, well, that one did. This is from the August. All right, let's pull out all of the things that I may know that are from the Cards and Stuff Swappers. This is, I'm not sure. I think that's Team Swap. That's Team Swap. That's Team Swap. That might be Team Swap. I can't remember everybody's name I sent a card to. That's Team Swap. All right, this is the Cards and Stuff Swappers, or whatever we call ourselves. I'll get you the link, I promise. I'm looking for a I'm looking for a letter opener. Maybe that's something I should have it in my craft room now, because I've been getting all this wonderful stuff every month when I participate. So what is everybody doing today? We got a rainy day forecasted, and I'm excited about it because that's going to lock me into the house. Besides the fact that I don't really have money to go do anything at the moment, which is fine until I get to the bank tomorrow. So I got to catch up on laundry, which unfortunately the laundry situation for me is my dryer doesn't work. So there's a problem. This is from Caffeinate Create, and this is the 2468 Fun Fold card. So, oh, how adorable is that? So again, this is, oh, I can't wait to make mine. I love this. Mermaid Kisses, Starfish Wishes. That was a stamp set from, I believe, Stampin' Up, but I love the paper. Very nice. Love it. So this is 2, 4, something. Must be you score at 2, 4, 6, and 8 with a piece of designer series paper, and then layer it on your card base. So it's just, oh wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. Ah, beautiful. That's a beautiful die with a die cut piece with the, that just reminded me I didn't stop at the store yesterday to get something from the crafts from the Dollar Tree. Anyway, side note, I love the lighthouse, the nautical look of all of that. That's super cute, super purty. All right, so I will set her stuff aside because that means I have to take a picture of it later and submit it to the group to let them know I received it. And that's how the lady keeps track of everything, Nicole. And here's another one from that group. And welcome everyone watching, and if you're catching the replay, I appreciate you as well. Here is Cards and Stuff Swappers. This is the color combo from Valerie Brown. Little extra piece to look at that card. OMG. So I am not lying when I get this stuff from all of these amazing crafters. It really helps me with my own creativity. Look how detailed that is. There's some coloring going on, or sponging. Our color combo, I'll have to show you a picture of that at some point. how did I get so lucky to have a friend like you? I love this card and I know exactly who I'm going to send it to. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you, Valerie. That's gorgeous. So there are two of my, which means I have people that I have to send the same type of swaps to, so I have to create as well. I like to find things in my stash if it fits the vibe or what is required, because then I can downsize my stash of cards. It's a great way to get those cards out there. And I get to mail cards all the time. It's just so awesome. All right, so this is from D Snow, and this is, I believe, our team swap. And team swap, for this swap was for designer series paper. I will be doing a video sharing my swap at some point this week. It's going to be a reel because, you know, it's just going to be a quick little video. I got to do another reel just to keep up with all that. Oh my goodness. Isn't that adorable? I love the showcase of the designer series paper. I'm still trying to love on the turtles. I just can't. I just struggle. But I love the embossing folder. I don't have any of this stuff except the gems. She adds some Wink of Stella to some of them. That's super cute. I don't know if you could see that. So that is super awesome. Thank you, Dee. And then we have another swap card from Marjorie Kinski. I don't know how to say her last name. Sorry, Marjorie. At least I think this is a swap card. Might end up being part of that group. I don't know everybody that I swapped with. Oh no, this is definitely a designer series paper fun fold. I love these fun folds that extend and just, oh, love. Super cute. I love those gems. I don't have those either. All right, and I can't tell you the name of all these designer series papers. Okay, I'm just gonna set that there. Here is another swap from Sang-Suk Duncan, and she is in Utah. Celine has a lot of people on her team from all over the U.S. Beautiful. It's got that that paper that has all the intricate, or the die, yep, that thing, the embossing folder that has all the intricate, almost looks like mosaic to me, with all the different patterns, with the kind of like the valleys within to separate the different textured embossing. So beautiful. Oh, look at that. I like that. Huh. That's super cute. Very nice. Love, love. More Happy Mail. I love Happy Mail. I like Happy Mail just because, too. It doesn't have to be a swap. Hint, hint. Just kidding. This is, I think it's Karen Cohen is her name. I don't have that embossing folder. Look how absolutely gorgeous that is. This embossing folder is all the rage. It's really hard to get your hands on it. But, you know, I haven't really placed a lot of orders. This is absolutely beautiful. You are a ray of sunshine. So beautiful. Love that. Thank you. Very talented people inspire me all the time. If you're here and joining in, be sure that you're commenting, saying hello. If it's your first time to my YouTube channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all the fun things. Comment, share if you'd like to. Okay, we're just going to do that. This is from Linda Moore. Gorgeous. And I'm wondering if this is from the other group. Got a googer there. No, it might not be. There's a little oops there, but that's okay. It's beautiful. This is textured, the brick and mortar or something like that. So I'm not sure if that is, I'm going to have to look that one up, if it's our team or if it is, I don't know everybody on our team. I haven't met everybody. That's okay. Celine gets these, this is from Celine. Celine gets these amazing envelopes from Amazon, and they're really super thick. She said they're a little pricey, but I think they're worth it so you don't have to put extra stuff in. Oh! I love fall. I love this, Celine. It's so beautiful. Your friendship means the world to me. I cannot wait to order fall stuff. Look at that adorable gift card holder. Oh, you can even slide a picture of you and your bestie in there and gift it to them. So super cute. Love that. All right. That is my Happy Mail. Let's craft. I'm going to actually set all that Happy Mail aside. And I will be sharing a video of my small haul that I got. I have to start working on all that good stuff for my card buffet. Actually, I've started, and I want, you know, I'm in good shape. No worries there. Very excited about that. I'm all wonky. Why am I always all crooked here? All right, another sip of coffee. Hi, Anne. Thank you. Happy Mail is just so wonderful. I like to send it, and I love to get it as well. All right, so we got, so last year there was Halloween Memories, two-tone, a cardstock pack. I don't know if it's still as a pack, but how wonderful that it coordinates with all the fun that is in this pack of paper, the spooky sweet. And I think what I'm going to do is we've got our pumpkin pie, light and dark. I've got basic black, light and dark. I have lemon lime twist, light and dark. I'm going to use that one. And I believe this is Gorgeous Grape, which I don't believe is in the one that, now you can really see the difference, the light and dark. And now all of our 12 by 12 two-toned cardstock is actually in the online store in separate packs. And I also have in here a handful of the Willow White. And that's just same on both sides. And what else is in here? Maybe I could use something as a template. I felt something in here like a fancy little book. Was I trying to build something here? Oh yes, and my measures were off a little bit. Okay, no worries there. I'm going to keep that out. All right, not for any reason other than to play with later. So, okay, make something out of it. And of course, this is our beautiful paper that we were using in the last video on Thursday, the stamp set. And, oh, I can't wait to play with those. The dies. Of course, those bags, the ribbon, and you can see that I used some of these on the projects we made the other day. So with that, I'm going to set all of this stuff that I'm not going to be using today. I might use the stamps, but I am going to focus this on this. I want to do more of this, but I'm just going to share what I make in a video rather than go through the whole spiel of creating, because I need to move on to other product, but we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind on that. We'll see. All right, so we have tags, we have spooky houses, we of course have that candy sheet, and we have this, and we have this fun stuff, and of course the die cut images. Was that all the sheets? Maybe. Backside. Love the colors. We're going to do some fun stuff. I have no clue what, but we're going to do it. Was that 6 sheets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Missing one. Oh, the 6th is the die cut pieces. Got you. Okay. So let's build. Let's build and create and make fun things. So my thought is, I'm going to line one of these take these cut aparts because they're scenic. And I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to do 2 side by side. They are going to, I know they're different colors, but I'm going to use them anyway. And I will do a 2-page spread. I could get out the black paper I have, which might be actually the best option because I have more of that. I have more of the 2-tone black. And maybe it will look better using 2 pieces of 2-tone black. And use the other as the pops of color that I need. So, is that right? Yes, 2-tone black. It looks smaller. Why does it look smaller? It's not. So these are going to be our base pages. Okay. Okay. And we'll incorporate these as our mats. So we've got those 2 pieces because we've got all this yummy goodness. So what I want to do first, because I want to use this section, and we're going to have some trick-or-treaters because, you know, it's all part of it. And I want to move my scissors. We've got the sidewalk here, and this is going to be 5 inches. So I'm going to cut that down, and you've got that 5-inch strip of the ghost and ghouly houses. And I am going to come right in. I just love this. Love stuff. Do I want to use light? It's going to be right down here. I mean, how cool is that? You're trick-or-treating with your kids, grandkids, whatever. Do I want to use light? Do I want to use dark? I think to give it a real pop, I'm going to use the darker side. All right. Fun trick. I love to use this helps me line up my paper. Okay. And this, I love this color. I want to use my tear and tape as well. I do a double glue. I'm really tired of pulling old scrapbooks out of my collection of scrapbooks or pages out and having issues with things falling off the page. And that's because I didn't know better. I just did a few strips of glue and that was the extent of it. Well, now I don't play around. I like to just go to town with my adhesive, which means you need to have a stash if you are a scrapbooker, because some glue, how do I want to say that? You need a lot of glue for scrapbooking, right? Now this is your tear and tape. You reinforce that. I'm going to show you an easy trick in how to layer this. I try not to use wet glue too much on my scrapbook pages because I don't want it to bubble, but with this thin precision tip, I shouldn't have any bubbling of my glue, but this is going to help me with that 2 glue concept. Because the next time I pull out a scrapbook or a scrapbook page that I was working on, and well goodness, all my tools are out in the other room because I didn't unpack and I didn't bring my bag back in here. So this, all right, forget all that. We're gonna make do with what we have. I take your pick tools in another room. I go around and I peel up only part of that, fold it over. And this will help you understand where I'm going. Because when you lay down something with tear and tape, there's a slight chance of forgiveness, but it's not always promised. So tear and tape and liquid glue are the go-tos for 3D projects. And since I'm lined up here on this end, I can come right up here and I can line this right up flush to my cardstock layer. And then look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And look at that. Peeled off all those backings, and now we have that amazing, it's still a little off. I moved my paper, but either way, that's the concept. I'm not going to worry about it. It's where it is now, and we're going to cover it up with stuff. So when you try to show something and you do an epic fail, it's okay. I could come down and just trim a smidge off, but I'm not going to. I'll cover it. It's all good. All right, let's find our ephemera, and then we're going to put some mats up there. This is going to be really super simple. So we've got our ephemera. We've got this guy that's out trick-or-treating, a spooky, spooky guy. And I think he might be right there. And then we've got our bird that's out trick-or-treating. And he could be right there, but these are going to get popped up. And I could put a super cool tree. Can I get a breeze coming through the window? That'd be great. All right, so we got our tree. We are just going to build and build. But that trick, if I wasn't in such a hurry with lining up my paper and making sure the placement was right, you'd have had it flush to the edge of that paper. So make sure when you're doing it, you do it better than I did. All right, we're going to put some dimensionals on these guys. So we want our hippo popped up. This is going to be really super easy. I really am so tired of sweating. Menopause. Yeah, that's all I got. So yes, the horse that I was tending to yesterday had an injury, and so we're kind of spoiling him a little bit. So I got to get him out of pasture and lead him around to get some fresh grass, and it was great. So this one is going to go right there, because he's going to go in that house next with all the spooky ghosts. And we want to grab our bird. And I already put my dimensionals away. How many of you like to scrapbook? Have you ever made your own mini album? How many of you would like to make a mini album? How many of you would be interested in me teaching you how to make a mini album? Because my wonderful friend Sue has got me loving the concept and making one. And I believe that Celine and I are going to potentially work together on a class. We'll see how that goes. This guy can go right here. So you've got that. Just ignore my oops. Cute, right? Well, don't stop there. You also have that tree. The tree can go, yeah, no, I don't want to cover too much of that. So the tree will go on a different page. Let's see. We can add a banner to one of the top corners, or on a can I just get over the Facebook terminology right now? Goodness gracious. A banner on a photo mat. Whew. Okay, so I pulled off this bird with the two pumpkins and this banner. We could probably fit 3 photo mats here. You would just have to trim your photos. So what I want to do is grab a piece of, what color? I'm going to grab some, I think it's fresh freesia. No, it's petunia pop. I'm going to grab petunia pop. No, I have lemon lime twist right here. We'll use that. It's, oh my gosh, I'm all off with my colors. Granny apple green. Next time, mini album sounds fun. Well, it sounds like that's something that I'll need to incorporate into a class. I love doing stuff like that. And it can be a mini album to the extent of all kinds of pages, or it can be a mini album to, all right, I want to cut this down to, because I want to be able to place these. So we're going to do 3. All right, first of all, let's cut this down. I don't know if I'll get that many out of here. Well, actually, excuse me as I fumble through what I'm trying to do. So 4 inches. So when you get your 4x6 photo, you're gonna want to mat these. You're gonna trim your photos. So we're gonna mat these like a 1/4 inch less than your typical photo size, and then you would have to trim. So they're gonna be 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And as you see, they will go right up here. Okay? And actually we can incorporate 2 different colors if we want to. So with that, we're going to, I don't know what I did, but here we are. I should be able to get 3 from a piece, and I will. Okay. So I'll save the one that I don't use on this page for the next page. All right, so we've got this, and then we're gonna grab pumpkin pie, which I believe, excuse me, pumpkin pie. I don't even know if I have pumpkin. I do. A couple sheets. So now I'm just pulling out regular cardstock instead of using the 12 by 12. Just because I'm not showing you on here the 2 different tones. But if I were to do like embossing on one of them, excuse me, it would allow me to do some techniques with the 2-tone cardstock. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So we can do just something simple like this to add our photos. And then we're going to add a few more embellishments from our ephemera. So we can go ahead again and do that technique with our double glue technique. But that's strictly if you have glue that you know is not going to budge after. And I think a lot of it has to do with the temperature of my craft room throughout the year. So I need to actually move my scrapbook stuff out of my craft room so that it has a constant normal temperature throughout the year. Because the difference of hot and cold in my room can create some issues for me. I'm going to put tear and tape on each of these. And then we'll place them. I'll do the 2 outside pieces first. And I definitely don't have to put glue all on those sides. I could just do the sides and the center like this. You just want to make sure you have enough on there. And this is just because I have had scrapbooks fall apart and it makes me sad because now I have to spend time and put them back together. So you could do it this way. You can do it this way. It's entirely up to you, but I also will add some glue. Just a light bit of glue to this one. I need my take your pick tool. Me crafting without that, I feel like I don't even know what to do with myself. Do y'all have young kids, grandkids that you go trick-or-treating with? Do you get trick-or-treaters at your house? What's your favorite candy out of the trick-or-treat bowl? All right, so there is the first one. And so this one I know I'm going to have to remove completely because it's not going to. Okay, so we got that. We'll add some adhesive in between. And This one will go, it's got about 1/8 of an inch border. You just try to make sure everything's straight. There's that. Got that one. Just reinforce that adhesive. You can come in with a bone folder. Like that. And then this one, you're going to fold that over. One thing I do know is getting the oils from your natural oils from your skin on adhesive makes that adhesive not as sticky. So you have to be conscious of that. So when I'm folding these over, I try not to get my hand all stuck in the part showing. This one is going to go in between those two and down closer to the section there. And you just have to remember which way you pull your stuff. So there you go. I probably could have moved it over just a little bit more, but that's okay. And now the key to adding these sort of elements to these sections is to make sure, like I like to use dimensionals. Pop it up where it's not going to, like use the dimensionals in the center here or right here too, because you want to be able to tuck something underneath. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to add this here, and I want to make sure that I can tuck that picture under there. So how would I adhere this so that I can do that? Well, one way is potentially folding this over at one of the marks like so, and adhering it to the back, right? So then you could slide a photo right in there, which I think is exactly what I'm going to do with that one. And then this one, as I said, I'll pop up. Excuse me. So I'll grab some dimensionals. And I have this fancy little thing next to me, and I know I didn't put my dimensionals where they belonged. Here we go. All right, so the key is, instead of really putting it on this, but you also want to make sure you're in the right spot, you could add really closely 3 dimensionals. Real close together, in hopes that they're where they need to be. So you've got that. You can still tuck a photo under there. I could add another dimensional up by the bird's head, which means I need to make sure it's not going to show. And you don't need to remove the stickiness. It just needs to be the same height. Actually, I'm going to though. So it holds it there. So now you have a place to, and if you're not understanding what I'm saying, it allows you to tuck that photo under, just like that is going to, but I got to get that adhered to the back side. So we are going to, and you can still add stuff to the back of this page. It's not gonna, because you can add layers. It's not gonna cause any issues for you adding this here. So I actually am just gonna take a piece of tear and tape, and just tack it down without peeling off the backing. The best I can. Just gonna hold that down for me. So now that's on there as a banner, and I can come in and I'll still be able to put a photo there because it's adhered to the back. And that's all I did right there, is just tacked that down. I can still come in and do things on the back of this, so there's no big deal. And then why don't we just grab a few candy corn, since we have them and we're trick-or-treating. I know a lot of people don't go for candy corn when they're trick-or-treating. But yeah, I do. I like candy corn. Now I can do a strip of them here. I can do them random placement, like in the corners, and I might do that. So, oh, I need my take your pick tool. Stop it. We're going to add a tiny little dimensionals to the back of these. So get your minis. I know Jennifer Cotton loves her mini dimensionals because you get more in a pack. Feels like you don't have to use as many. So this can go here. This one can go right there. And then where are we going to put this guy? It just makes sense to have 3, so I'm going to put it in this corner. I'm not going to worry about this one. So there you go. Now we're going to add a sentiment or a title. Now you can do that any which way you feel like. I'm just going to put no tricks, all treats. And I'm going to stamp that on a piece of white. And I know I have some. And then we're going to dress that up a little bit. So with the white, grab a block. We've got these all seasoned from using them yesterday. That tree, that's going to go on our next page. And I think I'll use, let's pop out that granny. There's a lot of orange pumpkin pie going on. There's a lot of granny apple green. How about we give it a pop of I think I want to do it pumpkin pie, really. So we're gonna get some pumpkin pie going on right in the center there. Oh, that's a little crooked, isn't it? Is it? I don't think it's too bad. Actually, pull in a different piece. I don't know why that's playing tricks on my eyes. That's better. Yes, that's better. And now, set that aside. I am going to do, I want some creepy stuff going on here. Not creepy, but you know what I'm saying. I'm going to use, this is a hole punch from Creative Memories that I love. Not a hole punch, a corner rounder. And you could do this same concept with a circle punch if you have the skill to do so. Me, not always. But this will give it more of a creepiness. Or what I should have did was pull in the, hold tight, I have to grab my paper. I could have pulled in one of these tags to make it really spookier, right? I could have used one of these stamping as my title page. Do I want to do that? So this would face the right way that I want it, but do I have enough room to put it where I want it? Because I'm thinking up here. And this could go there, popped up, and I could add some decorations to it. Or I could just go ahead. Let me just see. Oh, I can't pop that out. That's about 2 inches. I think I'm just going to stick with this for now, but you could use those banners. And what I want to do with this is grab, do I want to dress it up with black? Is that black? Let's find out. Black, or is it navy? Oh, I see my black one. Hold on. I gotta reach. Here we go. Now let's move this aside again. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna get my Memento black ink. And you can wipe that off of your glass mat. I just want to grunge this up some. Make it look spooky. All right. How simple was that? Taking your blending brush, and adding that to it. Oh, I love this corner rounder. I have one from them, but it only rounds the corners. Yeah, it's their new one, Lisa. I love it. Come in here, wipe off all that excess ink so you don't get it on everything else. I'm so bummed that I have scratches in my glass mat studio thingy, but that's okay. I think I also wanna, no. Sometimes less is more. I still have gems I can use. So now, in order to get this so that I can still pop up or slide a photo under there, I'm only gonna add dimensionals to this section or to the top section here. So let's go ahead and grab that dimensional sheet I just had. Oh, it's behind. Okay, this will work. Obviously you can see that I have all kinds of dimensional sheets that are not completely finished. So we're going to use this sheet to finish if I can get it off my finger. And you don't really have to worry about the space overlapping, or not overlapping, but it's not going to get mushed. And plus what you could do is after you do get your picture laid down, you could always add additional dimensionals to that to help in that sense. So there's that. Dimensional sheet is gone. And there is page number 1. Now, if you also wanted to just put on there what size picture you need, you certainly could do that. But I'm in love with this, aside from my little oops at the bottom. I think that's just a really simple, easy, basic layout with the cut apart pieces and adding some of the ephemera and just stamping your title. No tricks, all treats. So with that, we're going to grab our second piece of two-tone basic cardstock. I'm sorry, two-tone basic black 12 by 12 cardstock. Coffee, anyone? Using the dark side. The dark side sounds like Darth Vader. And we may do some fussy cutting because there's some critters I would really like to use. All right, now we're going to go back to that sheet that I cut. I just have to find it. With the ephemera. Must be over here. You try so hard to stay organized. Oh, hello. Y'all saw it? No, I can't see the mess next to me. So now we have this piece. And what are we going to do with this? So we've got that. I think it would be super cool to maybe add a fence down here, right? But I kind of want it to blend in with what's going on in the other. So we could, let's see, what's on the back of this? I love that paper. I think we'll use this because it still has sidewalk. We have this. Or I'm really thinking this out here. I want to tie it into the other page. And I don't want to use the other scene I don't want to use the same scene, but I think that part of this could be incorporated. But I'm really liking this. So maybe what we'll do is just add some fun layers using think, part of that. But I'm going to do something very interesting with this piece. And I think it'll tie in together because you've got these windows with gules. This could be like an apartment building. We're going to use this. All right, so we're going to move this aside and we're going to do some fussy cutting. And what I want to do is come down to these windows and kind of do a staggering of fussy cutting just around these windows so that I can just have that vibe going on. So I'm going to get my paper snips. Hopefully the vision I'm having is going to work out. We'll see what happens. So I'm just fussy cutting it along the, it's hopefully what I'm seeing in my head is going to work. It's just going to be straight edges, hopefully, not necessarily fussy cutting around the brick. You know, I got a craving for Simply Crepes in Canandaigua. I think I need to visit there soon. Actually, what I really need to do is take my butt to the gym. Not cave to the Simply Crepe craving. Oh. I think is the fair over, the Steuben County Fair. I did good not going. Because usually I like to go and eat fair food and go to either a tractor pull, demolition, or something, but I didn't go. I'm okay with that. I am going to Smoke on the Water next weekend. Lisa Bailey's son will be there cooking up some of his amazing food. That's what he does for a living, as well as other things. I don't know if he's still a personal trainer, but Damien is a great, great kid. I say kid, young man. Very talented. I got to taste some of his yummy food when I was with Lisa doing the online virtual retreat. I like that. I like that. I know it seems a little choppy, but we're going to do some stuff down here too. I think it's cute. We're going with it. What am I looking for? We're going to do this better this time, promise. Smoke on the Water in Hammondsport, the 22nd and 23rd. The 23rd is the actual competition, and it is all about cooking up that smoked food and just taste testing and voting, and I'm going. I also think I might be going to a concert, buying a ticket at the last minute, just me, myself, and I, and it is okay. I don't mind doing stuff like that. If it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. So I think that's what next weekend is going to bring me. There's a lot of fun stuff going on the last few weeks of the month before we get to September and have to, you know, I'm not putting adhesive here because you never know if a photo mat might go under there. So we'll think about that. We'll think about that. I don't know if it will or won't, but for now, that's how I'm gonna roll. I need one more piece of tape here. I'm really gonna pay mind to what I'm doing so I don't mess this up. All right, let's get, I need to clean these scissors. We are going to fold this over. Lisa, if you're interested in that corner rounder, I can send you Mary's link. You may actually get it because I think you're part of her group. But yeah, it does two different things. It does the normal corner rounding, and it's not something Stampin' Up! Sells, so it's not like we're cheating on the company or anything. Aww, I just love all things. I'm just going to stay in this part of it because I don't want to add adhesive to those. Okay, yeah, I will. I'll send you her store link. I missed out crafting with them this past week, and not this weekend, but I'm going to do it where I can see what I'm doing in hopes that this paper stays where I need it to. They met last weekend when I was at my hike, so I didn't get to go hang with them and craft. But it's okay. I will next time. I got some glue on stuff, but we'll get that off or it will be covered. Grab that. Figure out which way it's supposed to go. Fun and fun. So there is the top portion of that page. I got some glue right there, but that's okay. Now, I think I do want that little, I need something down here. And I think it's gonna be, I think I'm gonna add that fencing. I really want to fussy cut it out. I'm not going to. That'd be a lot of work. So I'm going to trim off, I think it's 2 inches. Yep. Put this here. And I think that's going to help me with my tree, because a tree can go down here, but it's going to cover a mat. Okay. Like, this vision is all coming out of nowhere, so if it doesn't make sense or end up looking good, then it is what it is. But I think that would be really great by the fence. And then we'll add some mats, and there'll be probably 2 mats here, or I can do mats for 3 by 5 or 3.5 by 5.5 photos, whatever size they are. We are going to add more tear and tape to this. Plane going by is pretty loud. Going overhead. All right, let's see. Got that. Okay, we've got that. We're going to find the way this goes. Place it flush to the edge. Make sure our paper's where it needs to be. You can see that this worked out hopefully a little bit better this time around. So we've got that. I know it's like really zoomed in, so sorry about that. Maybe I should have zoomed out a little bit. There we go. Sorry. I should have paid attention to that from the beginning. There is some adhesive there. I'm going to get that off probably, but let's get our tree situated here. I think that'll be cool. But let's first put some mats down. And I think I am going to do Okay. I don't know if it really ties in with the page that I just did, but that's okay. We'll do more of this color. And they can't be that direction. So I need your typical photo. Is it 3.5 by 5? Maybe I'll do 3.25 by 4.25. So let's cut down 4.25. And we'll do 3 mats that are that size. And I'll use another color. Maybe I'll pull in the Petunia Pop. Fingers crossed. Petunia Pop, fingers crossed. Do I have some? I do. The cardstock stash is getting just a smidge low, but that's okay. That just means buy more and save. All right, and now we'll cut another 4.25 by 3.25, and we'll see how this is going to work out. So you'd have room for 3 photos or more, depending. And I think if we did it like here, same concept as the other page. And here, I guess I could go up that far, cover up that glue. That's not a worry. I can still tuck a photo there. Do the same here. Right? Yep. And then I could do this right like that. So we've got different direction, and I can put another title there. We've got our tree, and then we'll decorate that up. Seems crazy that I can only put 3 photos here, so maybe I could add another. It would be okay if that overlapped that, right? See if we can, what other color do we want to make pop? I think that's pretty much it. How about cutting another one of these at, we've got 4.25 by 3.25. And this one can go right there as well, tucked under there. So you can fit 4 photos on this page, but I still need to add title, which is not going to be too difficult. So those will go there. This will go here. It's not overlapping anything. Even if I brought these down away from that, it still would look okay. But I think I'm going to keep those right there. You just cut your picture to fit the area. I think I can put my title right there, and I think it's just going to be Happy Halloween. So got your apartment building, your fenced off area, your tree, and 4 photo mats that are 4.25 by 3.25 to mat 4 by 3 photos. So with that, let's go ahead and let's adhere these ones first, and that covers up my oops. Get our tear and tape that I'm supposed to put right back in my little caddy, and I didn't. It's right here. Do you ever laugh when you see a demonstrator or someone sharing a crafty design? Do you ever laugh at them that they take a regular piece of paper, like cardstock, like I just did, and I'll show you in a second, and it's the same color on both sides, but they flip it over. They flip it over to adhere the back side, and you're wondering why. It's the same color. Well, when I cut my paper, there's a ridge. There's like a ridge from the blade that makes it, you can feel the ridge on the back side of it. And that's why I do it. So that I don't feel that ridge on the front. It's crazy. I know. There is no lie. I would go through a whole roll of tear and tape building scrapbook pages. I went through trying to make a scrapbook, a mini album. I know I just covered this. Hope I'm not boring everybody this morning. When you come on and you don't really have a conversation in mind, you just wing it. I don't hesitate using the tape that I know that's going to work for me. So they also say in scrapbooking, if you do your tape in different directions, it helps hold things better too. That's why I'm tossing that one in the middle. Make sure you're varnishing it and all that happy stuff. I'm just going to pull all of these off at this point, just to save myself time. But I love the concept of only pulling half and then getting it placed and then peeling it, because then you might have a little bit more leeway where you want to place it. So we want kind of the same border. That goes there. We'll do the next one. I didn't do my 2 glue concept on this, but that's okay. So traditional scrapbooking. How many of you like Memory and More scrapbooking, the pocket scrapbooking? And look for my haul video later this week. I'm actually going to sit here and do that afterwards and schedule it so that I have content throughout the week. And probably start some laundry. Fun times. You know what I really wish? That banks were open on a Saturday. You know, I don't always get to the bank when I really need to. It's just a side note. And I really needed to get to the bank this weekend, and now I'm struggling because I need some groceries and I need to get to the bank. I'm not struggling in that sense. I just need to get to the bank. And none of them are open. My branch is not open on the weekends. When you work 8:30 to whatever, it's hard to get to the bank. Or do those little errands. You know, the post office here in my town is only open like 2-hour span on a Saturday. And if I don't get my button gear and up early enough, then I don't get to the post office to mail out stuff. So that can be troublesome. But either way, that's my saga. Do we want to pop up the tree? I think I do want to add dimensionals to this tree. So let's see. Just going to go around the edges and do a couple in the middle. That way when you're putting your page protector on, you're not tearing it up like crazy. And, oops. Really? So I have a question. Do any banks cash checks if you're not a member? Or do they charge like an astronomical fee to do that? Because that's my dilemma. Okay, those are not with me, so I'm going to have to cut adhesive with my paper snips. Eeks. Not that I'm going to get to a bank today, but I just thought it would be... I just need someone to cash a check for me. But actually I need to put it in the bank. So anywho, that's my saga for whatever it's worth. I will have some news to share next month. I got some stuff going on, and I will have some, I may need to alter my schedule a little bit. Plus I have my card buffet next month, but I got some, nothing crazy, hopefully. I have some medical stuff I have to get taken care of. So I will be potentially having to alter some of my things going on, but that's okay. We'll work it out. I'm going to use some bats. Bats in the corners. I haven't used bats yet. Got the tree. Grab 4 bats. And I'm going to add mini dimensionals on these. The best part of like doing these types of pages, I mean, yes, it's great to have dimensional or dimension on them. I think that's super awesome. I'm going to just tie that in there so I can still get my photo under there. I don't know what I was even saying. It'll come back to me. The best part of... Oh, once they're in sheet protectors, nothing's going to get ruined unless you have interactive. Getting a third hand installed. Oh. You retracted a message and I only caught part of it. And were you asking me if I was going to get a third hand installed? That's funny. Okay, and I want to put some pumpkins down by the tree. So again, we'll use this creepy little crow guy. I don't know, crows creep me out, just saying. Actually, do I want to? Thoughts? How about over there? Good idea. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's not, I'll be okay. Just have to have a procedure done, so it'd be fine. Certainly not wanting to worry people. Prayers are handy. You know, don't you hate it when people don't tell you the story like right then and there? Okay, I have skin cancer on my nose. There, said it. And I have to get it taken care of. So it scares me. My nose was always, oops, I didn't want that piece there. I always was so self-conscious about my nose. Oh, you need a third hand? Yeah, that would come in handy sometimes. I don't disagree. I'm not going to do that. So hopefully, yeah, I just don't want to get into a lot of it. I need to talk to my kids. I did tell Aaliyah some stuff, but I have to have a procedure, and without getting into too much information before I talk to my son, I'll share all that stuff, but it just might put me in a different thing for a few days. All right, so there's that. I need to add Happy Halloween, and I'm going to do it the same as I did with this one. So I have another piece of paper that is the same size. Obviously, I just stamped on that one. I wonder if it would be covered. I have more of those. Hold tight. That was weird. I just thought I heard a voice. Huh. Oh, lobby. Perfect. All right, so happy Halloween. fun doing 2 scrapbook pages using this. I am going to do more stuff with this product collection, as I said, because I want to do some treats, 3D projects, excuse me, and stuff like that. So, all right, what am I looking for? A block. They're always right in front of me. Just move this one aside. Grab that. And happy Halloween. We'll be in, we did every time I want to say just orange random. There's my website if you need it. Actually, that should say www, but it's all good. All right, Petunia Pop. Tap, 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 tap. You don't have to get aggressive. Some people like to be aggressive. I love the font. This, you can tell this ink pad is juicy. All right, so there is that. And we're gonna do the same to this. These corners. I could go for a really yummy cup of coffee and a yummy sandwich from the service station in Hammondsport. That would be really tasty right now. Come back in, add some more memento to this. I might need to put more on. Oh no, I'm good. And I just use memento black ink on this just to make it spooky. And that is going to go right there. And I think I'm just going to add that flush to the page with some liquid glue. Now, you can also get out your ribbons and all that fun stuff that goes with this suite. And you can add ribbons. Hey, I got ink on my finger, or glue on my finger. You can, I'll get that off. You can add your fun little gems. Well, they're not gems, they are, oh, those glimmer stars that are right here. They're called Shimmer Star Foam Stickers. So, excuse me, that was a big one. Need more coffee. Thanks for the love. Sending me hearts. I will use the edge of my scissors again. I'm going to use just a few of these, just to kind of add some. There, we got some foam stars on there. I don't know where my glue eraser is, so I have to get that off with that. All right, so there is that page. Fantastic, fun, fun, fun. And then this page. So they kind of do tie in a little bit. You got this whole scene of Halloween going on. And let's add some more of these to, let's do the white ones. One there. Kind of have to even these out how I'm using them, because I'm going to end up with more of one color and not the other. In there. So there we go. Fun times using this with 2 scrapbook pages. Love it. So we're going to do more of this stuff. Just a reminder, don't forget that anyone placing a $35 order or more in my online store during the month of August is going to get the consumables to create these 4 projects. And this is that fun fold that we did in one of the videos. So I'll reference the videos and you'll have the instructions you need. So $35 or more in my online store before tax or shipping. And don't forget the in color sale that is going on, 15% off select 2025, 2027 in colors products, and even designer series paper that has those colors in. Some of them, select product, are 15% off as well. So I truly hope you enjoyed my fun creativity with these scrapbook pages today. And I hope to see you all again this week. Look for some pop-up videos that are pre-recorded. Hey, Sharon. Sorry, I didn't see you pop on. I was so engrossed in what I was doing. And yes, there will be mini album fun in the future where I will offer a class and you'd get all the consumables you need and all the fun stuff to create the binder, the book, and all that fun stuff. So soon to be done. A lot of fun stuff coming your way. Thank you so much for joining me on your Sunday morning. It is sprinkling outside. I see rain on my window. I'm very focused this morning to not notice that stuff going on. Either way, amazing blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you all for watching the replay. Again, if you're new, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you are so inclined to share my video, it doesn't cost you a thing. It just helps me with my algorithms and reaching more people to share my creativity with. All right, mini stamp and blessings, everybody. Again, have a beautiful week ahead, and I'll see you for my next live Creativity Made Easy Thursday. I believe that's November 21st at 7:30 p.m. All right, see you soon. Bye for now.